All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons in today's video. So they began OTAs earlier today. We're seeing Kirk Cousins connect with Drake London. Kirk is healthy. He's back. He's ready to go. They wrapped up rookie minicamp this past weekend. We're seeing so much good stuff, specifically about Michael Penix Jr. Here are some headliners and some quotes. Awesome. Michael Penix Jr. draws rave reviews at Atlanta Falcons minicamp. He's a true pro. He knows what he wants to do. He knows how to lead this team. He's great to talk to off the field. Very calm, cool, collected. I like him a lot. He's a good guy. We're hearing just really good stuff from everybody. New head coach Raheem Morris. You're hearing good stuff about Michael Penix, not only from him, but also from his fellow rookie teammates. And like we alluded to in the beginning of this video, they started OTAs today, and Kirk is, going through drills. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the rookies in Atlanta and the overall outlook for Atlanta. The Michael Penix pick is getting so much backlash, and at the time it was a little bit, it wasn't confusing, but I would say it was just rather surprising because, for some weird reason, a lot of people had Michael Penix Jr. Like, there were way too many mock drafts where Michael Penix Jr. was going in the second round. It never made any sense to me. But if you're confused with why they drafted Michael Penix, well, Kirk Cousins is old, and they paid him, yes, a decent amount of money, but what a lot of people don't understand is that contract, as it should be, is more so front loaded. So if Kirk can even bring the Atlanta Falcons to the playoffs this year, this and this only year, I would view that signing as a huge success. But folks, whenever Michael Penix steps out onto that field, whether it's going to be preseason, whether it's going to be week 2 because of a Kirk Cousins injury, whether it's going to be 3 years from now, you will not regret this pick in the slightest. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about Atlanta in today's video. And before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I haven't made a Falcons video since the draft, so we'll briefly touch on the Michael Penix acquisition at pick number 8 here in just a second. But if we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So Michael Penix Jr. to me was just one of the best quarterback prospects in the entire class. It was Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, obviously, as the main two guys. You got Drake May there too. I like JJ McCarthy, but Michael Penix Jr. just throws like one of, if not the best footballs in the entire rookie quarterback draft class. And, when we're looking at, like, there were last year, there's 32 teams, right? There were 66 different starting quarterbacks in the NFL last year. Like, Kirk Cousins, torn Achilles or no torn Achilles, which he, did unfortunately have that season-ending injury at Minnesota last year. His age, he's not very mobile. Now you have, in your division, the NFC South, you have the best starting quarterback right there with Baker Mayfield, but I think Kirk Cousins is on just, a different level, different playing field than Baker Mayfield, even though I do love Baker. Sorry, Falcons fans. But now you have the best backup in the NFL, not just the NFC South. You have the best backup quarterback in the entire NFL. And guys get banged up, guys get injured left and right. So you'll see Michael Penix Jr. come in, whether it's for a spot start, whether it's just to finish out a game. The backup QB is a really important role. And once again, Kirk Cousins' contract is front loaded, which means I highly doubt he's even a Falcon 4 years from now, which is technically when his contract ends. You're set for the next decade, hopefully, here. And at pick number 8, I didn't really see an edge rusher that was going to, go day one. Day one immediate impact starter. I know Dallas Turner's a really talented player, but at pick 8, it just felt like a little bit of a reach. Offensively, Atlanta is pretty much set. We're going to talk about this in just a second, but Penix is the first FBS player with more than 4,500 passing yards in 2 straight seasons since Patrick Mahomes did it back in 2015 and 2016 for Texas Tech. In fact, Penix led all of FBS in 2023 with over 4,000 passing yards. He was second in 2022 with 4,600 passing yards, and he also led Washington to the national championship this past season. So it's not just statistics. He's a winner. He's a leader. And we saw this interesting story here from minicamp practice. So here was a headliner I grabbed from Sports Illustrated. Penix received the script for Friday's rookie minicamp practice earlier on in the week, and he was already confident with the plan and the playbook. But some of his teammates, his rookie teammates, didn't get their playbook until Thursday morning, and they had walkthrough the next morning, Friday, right? So, in his words, they had a lot of catching up to do. So, what he decided to do before he was about to leave for the field, practice for the upcoming minicamp, the upcoming practice on Friday morning. Here was the exact quote. I was like, how does that make me a leader if I'm not bringing other people along? Penix said. So I texted the group chat, had the whole crew come out. They came out here and felt comfortable. Penix added Friday that one of his teammates came up to him and said the walkthrough helped. So Penix himself said that his goal is to be an unselfish teammate amid Kirk Cousins rumors. I'm not sure why Kirk Cousins would even have an issue with this, but once again, it's Kirk Cousins, and Kirk doesn't really have an issue with many things. Cousins has not met with the media since the draft, but Penix said the veteran reached out to him on draft night to welcome him to the team. He said this in a quote. He did reach out. We had a very good conversation. He reached out last night. Penix said last month. I'm going to keep it just between me and him right now, but it was definitely a good conversation, and I'm super excited to work with him. And he said the same with me. The problem that Atlanta has, pretty much all 31 other teams in the NFL would kill and love to have the Atlanta Falcons problem. You have one of the most consistent, reliable starting quarterbacks in the National Football League in Kirk Cousins, and now you've got one of the most intriguing young quarterback prospects for the foreseeable future. So you're set in the short term, you're set in the long term. Atlanta in the draft, however, they focused primarily on their defensive front seven, which is, rightfully so, because the Atlanta Falcons defense, although on paper is actually pretty solid, we need to see some better results long term, specifically rushing the quarterback here. So you drafted Braylon Trice, edge rusher out of Washington, in round 3, pick 74. The Atlanta Falcons have had 18 fewer sacks than any other franchise in the NFL over the past 3 seasons. In fact, Atlanta's pass rush win rate was dead last in the league in 2023. Now, Trice had 16 sacks over the past 2 seasons, which was tied for 4th most among all Power 5 players during that stretch. He's had 12 games with 5 or more pressures since the start of 2022 season, which leads all FBS players. So instead of Dallas Turner at pick number 8, you got your stud edge rusher at pick 74 in the 3rd round. Another intriguing guy. We'll keep talking about the Falcons draft and offseason in general as the offseason progresses. Round 6, 187, Casey Washington, wide receiver out of Illinois. What I like about him is he's kind of slated as wide receiver 4 right now, but he steps up when it matters the most. He was 6th in the Big Ten in receiving yards during conference games and finished his career with Illinois very strong. 218 yards on 9 catches and 3 touchdowns against Northwestern back in November. He's 6'2", 200 pounds, so he's going to be about the 2nd biggest wide receiver on the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver room. So just briefly touched on those 2 guys. We'll go through the draft in a separate video. Let me know if you guys want that down below. But I did want to get some news and information as the Falcons minicamp wrapped up. So welcome back, Falcons, because you're about to make the playoffs. You're about to have a double-digit win season, and I'm really excited about the current with Kirk Cousins, and I'm very excited about the future with Michael Penix. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and give me on paper just a loose guess on how many games the Atlanta Falcons will win this upcoming season.